All right. Well, it's possible that we're getting to one of the classics of the classics, finally sitting down to listen to The Score by Fugees. This album is 30 years old. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love to try and drag people down with me with statements like that because there's a lot of stuff I listened to in the 90s and I go, there's no way that's 30 years old. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. According to Spotify, this released in February of 96. February of 96. If you're seeing this, let's see. Today, for me, is Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. Yesterday, I listened to the new Isaiah Rashad album. Also on that album, I noticed that while editing, my vocals were a little low, so I made some minor adjustments. Basically, I need to speak up just a little bit. I tend to, when I get comfortable, I tend to mumble. I kind of do this a little bit. So I'll try to speak a little clearer, not be so lackadaisical about my speaking. But anyway, I mentioned today being Saturday because if you're watching this on Friday, Patreon, you'll have it on Friday. This might be Saturday for YouTube. We'll see how I go with the editing today. But basically, if you're seeing this, I'm in the truck right now. I'm driving home from Utah because my son and I are going to go visit my dad out in Utah. We're going to be out there for the week, riding motorcycles and probably hit Zion, I think, National Park. I want to hit Zion. I've never been there. It'd be cool to check that out. So anyway, if you're watching this, I'm somewhere, probably in the desert, driving home. Oh, man. And I mentioned that because today, or Friday, next Friday, is when Iceman drops the new Drake album. I have no intention of listening to it. Not interested. So there you go. The Score won a Grammy. I guess it also won there was a song that won for Best Song too. Big album, big album. I've never heard this, if you can believe that. I've never heard this. I'm curious to see if there are things I recognize. I'm curious to see if I hear things that are sampled from this, like other albums, other songs that I know, and maybe I'll hear a sample or I'll hear something that I go, oh, this is what it was sampled from. Maybe, who knows? Who knows? But this one, people have said for a long time, this is a good one, a really good one. Now, I don't know how it lands in the hip-hop sphere of classics because I guess there's kind of a lot of everything happening in this album, which is cool. But there you go. I've been told this is a classic. Bob, you absolutely have to listen to this. So here we are. So let's get into it. I have the standard album up. This says 15 tracks at an hour and 9. The last two songs are remixes. So really we got 13 tracks at about an hour. So that's cool. That's nice. The 90s too, man. There's another album I was looking at. What was it? Capital Punishment? Big Pun. I was thinking about doing it, but it's like an hour 12 or an hour 17, and I just go, oh my God. Those longer album runs, man, those tougher to sit down and listen to in this type of environment. But let's get into it. First time hearing The Score. Wyclef Jean, of course, Lauryn Hill, and what do they call it? Pras? I don't know. I think he's the other. Is he the other? I don't know. Anyway. We got Red Intro, which is a quick 2 minutes, and then we start dropping into a bunch of songs here. Let's check this out. It's featuring Ross Baraka, Cool DJ Red Alert, and then we got some producers here, Wyclef Jean, Pras, and Jerry Duplessis? We'll say that. All right, here we go. First time listening to The Score. Kind of wild. Here's Red Intro. I was looking at the Fugees in the you can't find this album on their page. You have to search The Score on its own. The only one they list on their page is the expanded edition, which has an extra track. But you know what? We're going to use that one instead. Maybe that's why. I didn't realize the other version I had looked up was edited. So we're going to start over. Red Intro. This is the expanded version, but I'm going to still just do the 13 tracks. I'm not going to worry about the remixes. And then there's this like Mista. That's part of the expanded edition. Just going to do 1 through 13. We'll wrap it up at Manifest Outro. So let's start over. Red Intro. Here we go.
Columbia Rough House Records present a refugee camp production, Fugees, The Score. And now for our feature presentation. Yo, what's fucking with the other day? I was chilling with Scott. This nigga was like, in a minute we got to sit in front of our crib with a shotgun, cause Joker's gonna be busting up in there trying to get food, clothing, shelter, TVs, forks, radios, whatever they get their hands on, kid. He wound up shooting my man up in the hospital, trying to be Cowboys. They can't even shoot.
They can't even shoot.
When the beats come on the motherfucking block, everybody break out. They beat my man Bob G up the other day. Cops, pigs, just vamping on him, yo. Everybody standing around just watching that shit take place. Just always take place. Because they only gangsters when it come to being gangsters to themselves. All of the Brick City, boy, that's my family. We gonna settle the score once and for all.
We're gonna settle the score once and for all.
I'm going out like a bang. And all these zealots out here trying to steal and trying to bite and take what I got. Like all these big record companies, these corporations, these stores, they try to rob me. Nah, man, I'm gonna get mine. And my girl, we gonna go out together. I'm always ready.
Okay.
Pick up your microphones.
Okay, and then it just rolls right into how many mics. Okay, interesting. These other voices, I feel like the spoken word, like the other voices that are kind of surrounded him are like he's trying to talk to them, and they're not really they're not really listening, in a sense, if that makes sense. I feel like that's what it does. Like, here's my message, but I'm surrounded by people who aren't actually listening to what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. Wasn't really expecting that as an opener, but let's go into two. This is called How Many Mics? Pross, Sean King, Wyclef Jean, Lauryn Hill, Jerry, however you say his last name. Here we go, track 2, How Many Mics? And I'll just let it kind of roll from there.
Pick up your microphones. Yo, how many mics do we rip on the deli? Say me say mini money. Say me say many, many, many. How many mics do we rip on the deli? Mini money. Say me say many, many, many.
I get mad frustrated when I rhyme. Thinking of all them kids that try to do this for all the wrong reasons. Seasons change, mad things rearrange, but it all stays the same like the Love Doctor Strange.
Love Doctor
like
Strange.
The rapper. Get red like a snapper when they do that. Got your whole block saying true that. If only they knew that. It was you who was irregular. Soldier sold for some secular music actors whack. Plus you use that loop over and over, claiming that you got a new style. Your attempts are futile. Ooh, child. You're futile. Very way too sterile. You can't create, you just wait to take my tape. Laced with malice, hands get callous. From gripping microphones from here to Dallas. Go ask Alice if you don't believe me. I get inner visions like Stevie. See me ascend from the chalice like the weeby. Indeed be like
I'm liking the rhyme structure.
MCs make me vomit, I get controversial. Freaking style with no rehearsal. Ooh, contraire move, friend. Don't you even go there. Me without a mic is like a bee without a snare. I dare to never say your ego. We go way back like some ganja and Palico or Calico vision. My rhymes make incisions in your anatomy. And I back this with Deuteronomy. Or Leviticus, God made this word you can't get with this. Sweet like licorice, dangerous like syphilis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mini money.
Yeah.
Say me say many, many, many. How many mics do I rip on the deli?
We'll talk about the lyrics at the end, but what I'm liking so far is we're kind of easing into this album. This little intro thing was a little odd, threw me off, but okay. And the beat's pretty minimal right here. And Lauryn Hill's coming in, doing her thing, doing it well, but also kind of like an air of restraint, not really screaming and yelling, nothing's going crazy. But so right now, it just kind of got this slide into the album to begin with, which is good. I like that.
Now I got a record deal. How does it feel? I'm never gonna survive unless I get crazy like Seal.
Like Seal, I've heard that name a lot.
So at night the fiends dance on Grease with John Travolta. One got slaughtered as he caught blood from his mouth. The other tried to duck and caught a left with my Guinness stout. Brother, can't you get this through your head? It's a setup by the feds. They scoping us with their infrareds. How many mics do you rip on the deli? Mini money.
Oh yeah, and then props too. Okay, so three verses. So this is kind of like almost like the introduction to the three members in a sense. I know they had an album prior to this, but it feels like introductory.
Exit your show like I exit the turnpike. Dicing dynamite like Dolomite. Double dudes bill like I don't dick Van Dyke. Starlight to star bright, the freaks come out at night. Like my man Wyclef. And my panache will marshal entourage. Squash the squad and hide their bodies under my garage. And when the cops come looking, I be booking to Brooklyn. Leave the
Booking to
trails
Brooklyn.
broken, flipping tokens, still Hoboken. A clean getaway like Alec Baldwin.
Ready or not, they gonna move on us. So I tell you what, better safe than sorry. Let's be ready.
Okay, interesting. Every now and then I get a little cranky with like little skits at the end of songs or at the beginning. Basically, I love making playlists, and I hate it when a song has something at the front or at the end where it screws up the flow of a playlist. For example, there's a song by Tool called Descending. Amazing song. I never listen to it because, sometimes I'll just just put it on by itself. But I don't have it in any playlist because like the first 60 or 90 seconds is just this stupid bullshit like waves kind of lightly washing up on the shore. It's just like... Anyway. But Wu-Tang's got some stuff off of 36 Chambers where it's like, I like this song, but I don't like that I have to listen to the skit every time. When they're at the end, it's not as bad, obviously, because you can just hit next. But this is kind of cool with this little interlude because, in a sense, it's... I mean, we're only a song and a half in. A song and an intro in. But it already definitely feels like just little breadcrumbs of storytelling, which is great. It has me interested there. I like, this is not, I would not call How Many Mics a banger at all, but I like its style. Like, I like that we're sliding in. Now, the next song's got a bunch of streams, Ready or Not, so I'm expecting a little bit more from that. But let's go through these lyrics. I really like Lauryn Hill. I liked her rhyming structure going through her verse here. I get mad frustrated when I rhyme, thinking of all them kids that try to do this for all the wrong reasons. Seasons change, mad things rearrange, but it all stays the same like the love Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange was a movie. Still is a movie these days, too. Still is a movie. How I came to love the bomb or something like that. Doctor Strange. I'm tame like the rapper, get red like a snapper when they do that. Got your whole block saying true dat. If only they knew that it was you who was a regular, sold your soul for some secular muzak that's whack, plus you use that loop over and over, claiming that you got a new style. Your attempt's futile. Ooh, child. I love that part. We should do that. You're puerile. Brainwaves are sterile. You can't create, you just wait to take my tapes. Pretty good. Pretty good. Laced with malice, hands get callous from gripping microphones from here to Dallas. Go ask Alice if you don't believe me. I get in her visions like Stevie. And that's got to be a reference to the Stevie Wonder album. What is it? Visions of... Oh, Inner Visions. What am I thinking of? There's another one, too. Anyway, people have told me you got to listen to that one. But the one I'm thinking of is like the red cover. It's like a 2-hour album. I'm not going to do a reaction to that. Man, that's going to do... I guess I could break it up into 2 parts. Maybe I could do it that way. I'll break it up into 2 parts. But anyway... See me ascend from the chalice like the weed bee. Indeed, we like Khalid Muhammad. MCs make me vomit. I get controversial, freak your style with no rehearsal. Au contraire, mon frere. Don't you even go there. Me without a mic is like a beat without a snare. I like that line too. I dare to tear into your ego. We go way back like some ganja and paliqua. Or, what is this? I can't pronounce it. Okay, yeah, this is the old school video game thing. ColecoVision, I think is what it was called. My rhymes make incisions in your anatomy, and I'll back this with Deuteronomy or Leviticus. My God made this word. You can't get with this. Sweet like licorice, dangerous like syphilis. I really liked her verse. What? And then Wyclef drops in with, I used to be underrated. Now I take iron. Makes my shit constipated. I'm more concentrated. Fugees' debut album, blunted on reality, indeed didn't perform well. Okay. Yeah, I looked that up too, and like nobody listens to that apparently. And according to the, just the Spotify streams. Nobody's really listened to that one. Makes my shit constipated. I wanna know what the now I take iron. It doesn't really specify that in the annotation. I'm more concentrated anyway. Whatever. Problem with no man, before black, I'm first human. Appetite to write like Frederick Douglass with a slave hand. So Frederick Douglass was a slave. Right. Let's see. The woman that writer Frederick Douglass served as a young boy taught him the alphabet, and he convinced white children in the neighborhood to teach him to read and write. He developed a voracious appetite for literature, viewing it as the pathway from slavery to freedom. Always watch your back. Never tangle with Haitian Sicilians. Stereotypically, Haitians and Sicilians are usually involved in mafia-like organized crime, which there are many in New York. Wyclef refuses to go down that road. Okay. What did Pross have here? Too many MCs, not enough mics. Exit your show like I exit the turnpike. Dice and Dynamite like Dolomite. Double Deuce Delight. I don't. Dick Van Dyke. What is this about? Okay, I know Dick Van Dyke, but I don't know why I don't. Anyway, well, there you go. I did like this. Like my man Wyclef, in my panache will mosh your entourage. Squash the squad and hide their bodies under my garage. And when the cops come looking, I'll be booking to Brooklyn, leaving the trails broken, flipping tokens to Hoboken. A clean getaway like Alec Baldwin, driving in my fast car, playing to Chase Chapman. Okay, I feel like this is just a good intro to the group. And then we got this interlude. We got to get ready. So let's go to 3, which is Ready or Not. Producer Praz, Jerry, Lauren Hill, Wyclef. Dropping into 3, Ready or Not. Curious to see if it's familiar. There's a couple big songs
Ready or
on
not,
here.
here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come.
The Ready or Not sounds familiar. Like that part sounds
Gonna
familiar.
find you and make you
Yeah.
want me.
Now that I escape, sleep, walk awake.
Yeah.
Those who correlate know the world ain't kick.
Kind of an
Jail
ominous
bars ain't gold
production.
gates. Those who fake, they break. When they meet their 400-pound mate, if I could rule the world, everyone would have a gun in the ghetto, of course, when get the up and on their horse. I kick around drinking moonshine. I pour a sip
kick
on the
around drinking
concrete.
moonshine.
For the deceased, but no, don't weep. Wyclef's in a state of sleep, thinking about the robbery that I did last week. A born-again hooligan, only to be king again.
Ready
born
or
again
not,
hooligan,
here I
only to be
come.
king again.
You can't hide. Gonna find you.
I feel like maybe I've heard this chorus in a movie or something before, because the chorus is vaguely familiar.
You can't hide.
The rest of it is
Gonna
not.
find you and make you want me. Yo, I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress if you don't smoke cess. Less, I must confess, my destinies manifest. In some Cortex and sweats, I make tracks like I'm homeless. Rap orgies with Borgie and Best. Capture your bounty like Elliot Ness. Yes, bless you if you represent the fool, but I hex you with some witches brew if you do. I can do what you do. Easy, leave me. Frontin' niggas give me heebie-jeebies. So why you imitating Al Capone? I be Nina Simone.
Nina
and defecating
Simone.
on your microphone. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
It's a good shout out when you're shouting out Nina Simone. That girl's amazing. I'm surprised at the production. It feels minimal. Not bad, but I'm surprised at how little there is. And, it makes me think back a little bit. It's like, okay, it's 96. We had lots of banging production in the 90s for sure. But I am just surprised that it still feels like, what's the word here? It's like, I don't want to say held back, because it doesn't feel restrained. It feels like under deliberate control. That's how I would say it. Kind of like here's a weird reference. This whole Iran-U.S. war thing that's happening right now. Like, Iran has not fired all of their missiles, right? They got more. They got more sitting, waiting. That's how this production kind of feels. Like, we're not going to just blast off everything we've got and, essentially blow the whole the whole kit and caboodle 3 songs in. We're just going to kind of feed it. And right now, I mean, I know it's early, but it does feel like this album already has this like deliberate pace that it's setting for itself. So the production, it's kind of surprising me that it's is as minimal as it is. Again, not bad, but when I see streams with lots of numbers, I kind of expect, I don't know, it's probably just a dumb correlation for my own brain here, but like usually I expect more, and so I'm like, oh, this is surprising to me.
Ready or not, refugees taking over. The Buffalo Soldier, dreadlock roster. On the 12th hour, fly by.
It does just have this cool, like, ominous vibe to it. Sinister.
I refugee from Guantanamo Bay. Dance around the border like I'm Cassius Clay.
Ready or not, here I
Especially
go.
this like synth,
Can't hide.
like hum that's floating around.
Find you and take it slowly. Gonna find you and make you want me.
One thing I'm curious about too is there's metaphor up here on the top. The description saying this is their second biggest hit is ominous warning to whack MCs. And I mean, and that is what it is, but oh shit, I lost my train of thought. I was thinking too, like what kind of story elements are going to exist through the album, and even with the story elements, it already feels like maybe there's going to be double meaning in the story element. Now that I escape, sleepwalk awake. Those who could relate know the world ain't cake. Jail bars ain't golden gates. Those who fake, they break when they meet their 400-pound mate. Yeah? Yeah, if I walked into a cell and there was a giant person waiting there for me, I would have a hard time dealing with that, for sure. If I could rule the world... What is that, Tears for Fears reference right there? Everybody wants to rule the world? Oh, maybe not. Nas and Lauryn Hill also did a song called If I Ruled the World. Oh, okay. So, and it says here, impressive since the single for the song was released in August of 96 while Nas's album dropped in June of that same year. So I wonder, well, okay, anyway. Everyone would have a gun. In the ghetto, of course, when giddy-upping on their horse, I kick a rhyme, drinking moonshine, I pour a sip on the concrete for the deceased. But no, don't weep, while Clef's in his state of sleep. Think about the robbery that I did last week, money in the bag. Banker looked like a drag. I want to play with pelicans from here to Baghdad. What is that about? This is this much downvoted annotation, so I won't read it. My girl pinched my hips to see if I still exist. I think not. I'll send a letter to my friends. A born-again hooligan only to be king again. Okay. Lauryn Hill, again, her writing. I feel like her writing really shines through. 2 verses into the album for her, and the writing really shines through for me. I play my enemies like a game of chess, where I rest, no stress if you don't smoke cess. Lest I must confess my destinies manifest in some Gore-Tex and sweats. I make treks like I'm homeless. Rap orgies with Porgy and Bess. Capture your bounty like Elliot Ness. Yes, bless you if you represent the foo, but I'll hex you with some witch's brew if you're doo-doo. Voodoo, I can do what you do. Easy. Believe me. Frontin' people give me heebie-jeebies. So while you're imitating Al Capone, I'll be Nina Simone and defecating on your microphone. It just shines through to me, the writing. I like the focus on just rhyme, like just really hitting rhyming schemes. Ready or not, refugees taking over the Buffalo Soldier dreadlock roster on the 12-hour flyby my bomber. Crews run for cover, now they're under. Pushing up flowers. Superfly, true lies, do or die. Toss me high, only puff fly with my crew from like high. Okay, let's go to 4. Curious to see if the album builds sonically, because I feel like to start with it's been clean and deliberate, but also somewhat minimal. I'm curious to see if it builds more. This is called Zealots. Prost, Jerry, Lauren, Wyclef, standard production crew here. Here's track 4, Zealots.
1, 2. I'm about to set this off like this. Hip hoppers, check it. Another MC loses life tonight, Lord.
I feel like I should know what he's singing.
Jesus Christ, why? Oh Lord, Father, don't let him bury me.
Yeah, I know that. I've heard that. Not those words, but what song he's in. Couldn't tell you what it is.
If my name was Kennedy. Abstract rap simple with this street format.
So we got some drums kicking in now.
Planets by parallax. Check out the retrograde motion. Kill the notion of biting and recycling and calling it your own creation. Feel like Rockwell, somebody's watching.
I like the sample being
I got no
used.
privacy, whether on land or at sea. And for your biting zealots, your raps are cacophonic. Hypocrite, predict, but deep inside you wish you had the pop hit. It hurts, don't it? A refugee
It hurts,
comes
don't
to
it?
and take over the earth.
See, my rhymes are the type of fly rhymes
This is
that
cool.
can only get down with my crew. Yeah, behold this my old manifold on your rhymes. Two MCs can occupy the same space at the same time. It's against the laws of physics. So we bet your sweet dreams break up like Eurythmics. Rap rejects my tape deck. Reject
Good reference there.
projectile. I add a
So many
motherfucker
90s
so you
references,
ignorant
man.
niggas
It's
hear
crazy.
me. Remember, take notes.
That's crazy.
'Cause I sold my rap oats before you biting zealots. Here's a quote.
Well, I guess the Rhythmics was, I think that was the 80s. But Tango in Paris, that's a movie. That was 71, but I remember that movie. Black Magic Woman, that was a big song. That was a big hit in the 90s. That's a good song, too. I haven't heard that in a long time. Behold, as my odes manifold on your rhymes, two MCs can't occupy the same space at the same time. It's against the laws of physics. I like how she even kind of did a little bit of almost spoken word through there, but so weep as your sweet dreams break up like Eurythmics. So the song was Sweet Dreams, made of these. Old, what's his name did a cover for it. Pretty good cover too. But I like the original. The original's really good. I'm liking this one. I'm liking Zealots quite a bit.
You can try, but you can't divide the tribe. These cats can't rap, Mr. Author. I feel no vibe. The magazine says the
good.
shoulda went
Oh,
solo.
I like how they're
You
cutting
guys
these
should
drums.
stop rapping. Vanish like Menudo. Took it to the heart, but every actor plays his part. As long as someone was listening, I knew it was the start. For me to get a chance, grab my pen and revamp. Do a cameo while everybody do the dance.
I compress sound sets with my rap DBX, then drop vocals on my 4, 5, 6 amp packs. Bring terror to
Yeah,
the
dude,
shop
I like
of
this
horror.
song. I like
As you
this.
try
The
me,
drums.
I'm
I just love the drums.
The phantom dies in the opera. And to the youngins who carry gadgets and kill 6 days a week and rest on the Sabbath. Violence ain't necessary unless you provoke me, then get buried like the great Mussolini. And for you biting zealots, your rap styles are relics.
Your
No
rap
matter
styles
who
are
you damage,
relics.
you still a force for pride.
Hey.
Yeah. I like Zealots. I like Zealots. This is cool. So I got a message the other day from Patreon and on Patreon, and there's a lot said. Basically, the guy was telling me I need to listen to Drake. I was like, I'm not gonna. But he referenced to a reaction I did where one of the songs was like a huge hit, and I wasn't as into it. Like the song prior to that I was more interested in. And he was kind of upset by that. And it's like, well, and that's fair. You know, we all enjoy different songs for different reasons and stuff like that. But I mentioned that just to say that it's pretty common for me even back in the 90s when I was buying CDs and then, you know, the radio was still prominent. So I'd listen to CDs and then sometimes put on the radio. And so many times I would buy an album because of a couple songs on the radio and then go through the album and go, oh man, this song and this song and this song are way better than the singles that they're playing. That's something I commonly experience. And so for anyone who's feeling like, you know, maybe I didn't give Ready or Not its flowers while I'm sitting here loving Zealots, that's kind of common for me. And it's funny because the music nerd in me loves to think, oh, I'm just so smart. Ooh, my taste is so good. But really, I think what it is I would fail as a record executive person picking singles. Because so often I pick these other songs that aren't the singles, I think that are better. but then the singles do really, really, really well. So, I'm sure promotion's part of that and all that kind of stuff too. But, it's just interesting sometimes to me what songs get chosen as a single and which ones get pushed and which ones blow up. And then other songs that just kind of hide away on the album, these just undiscovered gems, in my opinion. Some incredible songs. Like, the big one that I always still just, I've not gotten over. Soundgarden, Spoon Man. It's a decent song. It's fine. But it was a single. And it's like, the song sucks compared to Suicide. Well, I guess they probably didn't, the last one. Yeah, the last one, because it's got Suicide in it. But there's some other songs in it. Fresh Tendrils is a banger. 4th of July. Like, there's some songs off of Super Unknown that are so good that never got played on the radio. And I just don't understand why. And I'm still 30 years later, cranky that Spoon Man was a single. I still haven't let it go. I'm going to put that on my tombstone. Here lies Bob. Quote, Spoon Man should have never been a single. Oh, God. Well, let's keep going. I like Zealots. Man. Really, yeah, I love... So here, again, I still feel like the production's still in a pretty minimal state. And maybe that's how it's going to be through the whole album. Maybe the whole album just going to be this just tight, clean, minimal but well executed production. Maybe that's the whole angle through the album, which would be fantastic. But with this one, the way I'm enjoying this one, I just like that kind of heavy hit on that roll in for the drum beat, just like da-doom. Love that shit. Love that shit. Okay, this is called The Beast. It's track 5. Producers are Fugees crew. I'll just call them that. It's the Fugees crew producing. It's a song about police and how they tend to treat African Americans. All right, here's track 5, The Beast. Uh-oh.
Warn the town, the beast is loose. Word 'em up, y'all.
Warn the town, the beast is loose.
Come on.
Conflicts with nightsticks, illegal sales districts, handpicked lunatics, keep politicians rich, heretics,
Politicians.
risks and frisks, cool clicks, throw bricks, but seldom get targets. Private dicks sell hits like porno flicks to chicks. The 666 cut wig like Newt Gingrich sucks dick.
Meanwhile, the government.
I haven't heard the name Newt Gingrich in a while, too.
COP has an APB out on Chewbacca. Mr. Mayor, could I say something in your honor? Yesterday in Central Park, they got the jogger. Okay, let's get the confusion straight in ghetto Gotham. The man behind the mask you thought was Batman's Bill Clinton, who soon retire. The roof is on fire. Connie Chung brung the bomb as it comes from Oklahoma. Things are getting serious. Kumbaya. On the mountain, Satan offered me Manhattan, help me, Jaja.
Subconscious psychology that you use against me. If I lose control, will send me to the penitentiary. It's just Alcatraz and shot up like El Haj Malik Shabazz. Hot class can bypass when my ass gets harassed. And the buzz treat bros like they manhood never was. And if you too powerful, you get bugged like Peter Tosh and Marley was. And my word does nothing against the feds, so my eyes stay red as I chase crazy ball heads. Word up.
Warn the town, the
Warn the
beast
town, the beast is loose. I want to like, I'm torn because I don't want to just rant and rave about the police because I feel like I do that all the time, but at the same time, like what he's describing, right? You know, you can't search me without probable cause or that proper ammunition they call reasonable suspicion. Good little rhyme structure through there. I'll bring friction to your whole jurisdiction. You planted seeds in my seat when I wasn't looking. Now you ask me for my license, registration. Where the fuck do I work? What the fuck do I... You know, just general harassment from the police, right? The lack of respecting civil rights that we all are supposed to have under the Constitution and shit. And it's just still fucking happening. I mean, everything that we've seen, you know, with... I want to say, fortunately, the ICE stuff has died down a little bit, but really it probably hasn't died down. It's just we're distracted by other things now, so it's not in the news cycle. But it's crazy that it's still just as bad as it was, and maybe it's even getting worse a little bit. Now I didn't live through the 60s, and so I don't know what kind of bullshit the police were pulling back then, but it's so disheartening and frustrating that it continues to just be a persistent thing. And I feel like lately all of the cracks are starting to shine through a little bit in the structure of what this country is supposed to be versus what it actually is, what it actually does, compared to what it says it stands for. The disparity is just becoming more and more apparent. And maybe that's a good thing. Like, it's not a good thing in itself, but maybe it's a good thing in that it finally starts to wake us all up, and then maybe we finally start to do something about it. I don't know. There was something that popped up recently. It was like the anniversary of when 4 college students were shot and killed by the National Guard on the college campus during a protest against the Vietnam War. It's like, fuck, man. Anyway, sorry for bringing the mood down, but it's just like, God damn it. It really, I think my frustration is, how does it keep going? And I guess it's just the structure, the people. I don't know, but like, I guess once everything's kind of set in place, as long as you keep your predecessors follow the same strategy as those before, then of course the system will keep operating the same way. But I don't know. I just get worn down because I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to fix it. Because I feel like so much of American history is also filled with people fighting, protesting, and getting involved with government and trying to change the laws and being successful in their protests and changing the laws and all that stuff. And yet here we are still. Maybe it's just the human experience, just constant fighting, I don't know, man.
My inner conscience says throw your handkerchief and surrender. But to who? The stars
Yeah, to who?
Say,
Right.
can't you see cops more crooked than we?
Yeah.
By the dawn early night, robbing niggas for keys. Easy, low key, crooked military. Pay taxes up my ass, but they still harass me.
Right. Yeah.
The streets of corruption got me busting and cussing in the concrete jungle. Thoughts being dribbled like that tall kid would tumble. Handled by Hannibal. Suitable to be a fugitive like Dr. Kimball.
Hey yo, should I
Dr.
slow
Kimball, I don't
down?
know.
Nah, kid, go faster. Just cause they got a badge, they can still be imposters. Probable cause got flaws like dirty drawers. Meet me at the corner store so we can start the street wars.
Yo, let's go to this next Chinese Muslim joint. You get some shrimp fried rice and make salad at
What
the
is
same
this?
time. Alright, cool.
Hey yo,
What
Jack,
the fuck is
Yo,
this?
Right out.
can we get something to eat, man? Jack, I ate.
Right. 1 second. Okay then. Fine.
I think I'm just gonna skip this. Okay, whatever. Was there anything else I wanted to say about the lyrics? I did like what Wyclef said here at the end. He's in this car chase. I see the helicopters following him. My inner conscience says, throw your handkerchief and surrender, but to who? The Star-Spangled Banner? Oh, say, can't you see? Which is obviously the reference to the song. Cops more crooked than we. By the dawn, early night, robbing people for keys. Easy, low-key, crooked military. Pay taxes up the ass, but they still harass me. And that's the other issue, too, is if, okay, well, just in a hypothetical scenario, I'm not making any statements about the totality of the police force of America, whatever, but like, if it happens that a police force gets to a point where they're essentially corrupt and crooked, what's the solution? How do you fix that? What are you supposed to do? Especially if they're crooked by means of the institution that put them there. That means you can't even change them institutionally. And it's like, my concern is I don't want to get to a point where basically this country is just tearing itself apart, killing itself, shooting each other, all that kind of stuff, because it just goes that far. But at the same time, it always feels like somebody's trying to push it that direction. How I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, and the thing too, another thing that concerns me is it's like, it's happened in other countries before, and so the idea that, well, this is America and it won't happen, it can't happen, there's no reason. I don't agree with that. Like, it's happened in other places before. Human history is just full of this shit. So it's not that we're not protected by anything, especially when you see how much the Constitution's just been kind of like ignored with all these different things that have happened. I mean, even just like the Iran war right now, right? Like, how does I can't believe Congress is just like letting all this shit happen. Oh, well, we'll have a meeting about it. Oh, okay, good. We'll talk about it. Yeah, good. But they're supposed to have congressional approval to do the shit that we're doing. You know, a blockade is literally an act of war. No, we're just gonna. Anyway, there we go. Okay, Fugees law. Now, what's funny is yesterday, listen to the Isaiah Rashad. What's the name of the album? It's Been Awful. There was a reference to this, and I was like, oh, what is that? That sounds familiar, but I didn't remember that it was a song. I don't know if I've ever heard this before. Producer is Salam Remy. This is track 6. I'm curious to see if I recognize it. But let's drop into 6. Fugees law. What? No, Fugees 9. No.
We used to be number 10. Now we permanent in one. In the battle, lost my finger. Mike became my arm. Pistol nozzle hits your nasal.
I like the beat.
Tell them, oh, easy now, squeeze this showman. Test why cleft, see that flesh gets scorned. Beat so bad, make you feel like you ain't wanting to be born, John. And tell your friends, stay the hell out of my lord. Chicken George became dead George, stealing chickens from my farm. Another dead pigeon. If you're my mafioso,
this is not familiar to me.
Nobody shoot me. My body's made a hand grenade. Girl bled to death while she was tongue kissing the razor blade. Gun by my side just in case I got the rum. A boy,
yeah, this is not familiar to me.
Trying to front like you're down with Mount Zion.
This is not familiar. I've not heard this before. I like it. I like the chorus.
Rap tunes on flat spoons, take no shorts like poom pooms. See Gucci's pop Gucci's for Gucci's and Gucci find me in my Mitsubishi eating sushi, bumping Fugees. Hey, try to take the crew and we don't play. Say, like Paul McCartney, not hardly on. Look enough, I can see right through your bluff. Niggas in they up, but they can't handle us. We bust, cause we fortified. I could never hide. Singly hot, ride with gold cheese died. I'm twisted, blacklisted by some other Negroes. Don't be move my polos on the first episode. You shouldn't diss refugees and whole sound set booty and
I like the chorus quite a bit. Superfly. I need to do Superfly too, Missy Elliott. But this is referencing Superfly is a landmark blaxploitation film, very famous for its soundtrack, written, produced, performed by Curtis Mayfield. Missy Elliott is Super Duper Fly, huh? That's another one I'm going to listen to soon. I feel like one thing that's tough with going through the classics, and I'm going to keep doing it because I want to. That's the whole point of the channel, is just explore hip-hop, right? But it's funny because there are people who will message me saying, this is an absolute classic. Like, you have to listen to it. It's like, okay, yeah. And then, like, nobody watches the video. So it's very funny, the disparity that exists between classics and kind of like popularity in a sense. And one thing I feel like I noticed, but I don't know if this is actually true. Maybe it's just with the audience that I interact with, but because my audience is mostly younger, if you look at the Google stats, whatever. But there's definitely a younger element to hip hop, and the newer stuff tends to be more popular and what have you. It is what it is. But it's funny that certain albums will get so much acclaim and like recommendations and just stamps of approval that this is an absolute hip hop classic, but then no one really seems to care about it. That's strange, man. Strange. Is what it is. is what it is. I want to, since I paused, yeah, let's go through Wyclef. I like what he did on his verse here. Well, actually, no. I'm thinking of the previous song. I'm sorry. But this whole, like, tongue kiss on a razor blade thing. Let's see here. Wyclef means... what? Let's read this verse. I don't understand this annotation at all. Let's read this verse. Okay? Let's read this verse. We'll see if we can put this together here. We used to be number 10. Now we're permanent at 1. In the battle, lost my finger. Mike became my arm. Pistol nozzle hits your nasal. Blood becomes lukewarm. Tell the woman be easy. Nah, squeeze the Charmins. That's a reference to a toilet paper commercial. Test Wyclef, see the death flesh get scorned. Beat you so bad, make you feel like you ain't want to be born. Tell your friends, stay the hell off my lawn. Chicken George became Dead George, stealing chickens from my farm. Damn, now the pigeon dead. If you're mafiosos that I'm bringing on Haitians, Sicilians, nobody's shooting. My body's made of hand grenade. Girl bled to death while she was tongue kissing a razor blade. And the annotation says Wyclef means he keeps a razor blade tucked in his cheek or under his tongue in case he needs a weapon. I think he's talking about his tongue is the weapon, is the blade, because it's all like a reference to microphones and MCs and what have you. That's my assumption. I don't know. I don't feel like keeping a razor blade tucked under your own tongue as a form of protection is going to help that much. Like, you're just going to cut yourself. The poor strategy, in my opinion. Poor strategy. Now, I don't know. I've never done it. Maybe it's really easy. I don't know, man. Here's Lauryn Hill's verse. In saloons we drink boons and battle goons till high noon. Bust rap tunes on flat spoons. Take no shorts like poom pooms. See hoochies pop, coochies for Gucci's and Lucci's. Find me in my Mitsubishi eating sushi, bumping Fugees. Again, she's just trying to hit so many rhyming points right there. And it consistently, her writing, it shows, man. She's focusing on that. Try to take the crew. We don't play, say, Paul McCartney, not hard lay. What was the Paul McCartney thing? Say, oh. Pipes of Peace was the second duet Paul McCartney did with Michael Jackson. Okay. Huff and puff, they can't handle us, we bust, because we fortified, I could never hide. Sing coolly high, cried when Cochise died. I'm twisted, blacklisted by some other. Don't remove my polos from the episode. Anyway, let's keep going. I like this.
I sit 90 degrees underneath palm trees, smoking BDs as I burn my calories. Brooklyn rooftops become Brooklyn TPs. Who that be? Enemy wanna see the death of me. From Hawaii to Hawthorne, I run marathons like Wujuwatan. I'm a true champion like
I like this.
Delhi Quran. It's a phenomenon. Lyric facts like Ramadan.
What's going on? I'ma get and come, you know what we soon done. Gun by my side just in case I gotta run. A boy on the side of Babylon trying to front like you're down with Mosiah. What's going on? I'ma get and come, you know what we soon done. Gun by my side just in case I gotta run.
Yeah, that's a good one. Fugees good.
On the side of Babylon trying to front like you're down with Mosiah.
A little bit of thump in that drum line too. It's good. It rolls right into Family Business. I do like these little tiny skits of message, essentially. I like it. I guess we'll just roll into Family Business then. This track 7. It's featuring Omega and John Forte. The production crew is the Fuji crew with John Forte. Here's 7, Family Business. Sort of roll right into it. Fuji Law is a hit, for sure. I like that one.
Where I was born, nothing is promised. My life is filled with less hope than the prophecies of Nostradamus. Omega marks the ending of predictability, birth of agility. Who will it be to test
Omega sounds good.
Utility. Iron like a lion from Zion. Stop trying so hard. I think I smell your brain cells frying. The family's behind you if you're worthy. Philosophies developed deep in the back streets of dirty Jersey. Troops with hats and Timberland boots.
Cool beat too.
Niggas hustle and shoot in the Garden State. It grows stink weeds and criminals. Government funds are minimal, oppression subliminal.
These days, it's hard for we to find peace of mind. Between insanity and sanity, there lies a thin line. Some dwell in hotels with Jezebels, a stone age, and fall a victim to the plague. Unclean, bad dreams, a white cleft being a fiend. One last kiss from my sweet serpentine. Eliminate, break, navigate to rejuvenate. Thoughts of suicide with my nickel plate. Reconciliation came from my enemy friend who said family don't bend. We stay silent to the end, so refrain and let my family reign. Okay.
Just walking the streets, death could take you away. It's never guaranteed that
the
you'll see
little-
the next day. At night, the evil armies of Shaitan don't play. So defend the family, that's the
I like this one
obey.
too.
But if I
That
fall
won me over.
asleep and death takes
That
me
right there
away,
won me
don't be
over.
surprised, son, I wasn't put here to stay at night. The evil army of Shaitan don't play. So the family sticks together and we never betray.
Yo, 52 pickups, no cops around. 52,000 in cash, I don't want no saving points. Have the money ready, I smell something fishy. Your wife's in my custody, once for a smoke, you find a body in the seat. That's the voice of the kid, that's the kidnapper. I do my work and then I catch my ticket to Jamaica. Meet me in the alley, make sure you bring the money. This ain't the 70s, I'm far from a jack
My
turkey.
circle, it can't be broken. Open cut, though it provoking. Racket, promoting, token, choking on their words like smoking. Cause we soft spoken. Doesn't mean that we forgotten. Your booty smell rotten. And one day you will be gotten. See, jokers is scatterbrained. They focus is unrestrained. My army is trained. You never find us beeping in vain. Cause I sing fire and I sing rain. You claim fame while mine
I like that she
remain.
sung
I
that
judge
line
your
right
character
there.
like Edo judge your verdict. And if you bring it threats, I give you sex if I ain't heard it.
Something I'm enjoying about this one is a bit of a contrast. Think about the style of the song of How Many Mics, track 2. I was saying earlier, it kind of felt like we're going to slowly roll out. And I feel like this one really, we're starting to just push a little bit more heat, a little bit more energy in the vocals. The verses are kind of stacked up on each other. They're pushing through. There's an intensity here on this one that you didn't really hear early in the album, which is cool. I like this like ramp up. I like this one.
We used to jump rope, but now we gun hope, busting shots off of project rooftops, sending signals with the blunt smoke. Don't talk a lot if you can't hold it in lock. If you think lip sync shifts, imagine 4 Glock clips. I hold a glass of Remy Martin, getting milks by the cartons, extorting the lightweights for thinking they important. The night days and heavenly ways ain't nothing free. I acknowledging your family and step into your BIUCI. Stay on top of shit like a fly. My niggas reach when we got beef, then jet down the South Beach. Your mouthpiece is yapping. I hear it in your rapping. My family is sick, so that bullshit can never happen.
Just walking the streets, death could take you away. It's never guaranteed that
Yeah,
you see
dude.
the next
I don't know.
day.
I like
At
this
night,
one.
The evil army of Shaitan don't play.
Yeah, I like that one. I like this. I think a lot of the production has a lot to do with it. Because it's almost like a little guitar, like... I don't know, that was just neat.
With this sound.
You requested it, so we
So like that's an example, Family Business is an example of a song I like that I will never put in a playlist because, well, I guess I could because it's at the end, I can skip over it, but like, you know, if I'm playing it over the speaker and I'm walking around and then like, oh crap, I gotta walk over and like hit next, right? I like Family Business quite a bit. There's a lot in it that they just push through so easily. Where I was born, nothing is promised. My life is filled with less hope than the prophecies of Nostradamus. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. That was kind of a big thing. I remember that in the 90s. There was always some TV show, oh, Nostradamus prediction. Omega marks the ending of predictability, birth of agility. Who will it be to test me and expose their futility? Iron like a lion from Zion. Stop trying so hard. I think I smell your brain cells frying. The family's behind you if you're worthy. Philosophies developed deep in the back seats of dirty Jersey. Troops with scully hats and Timberland boots. No more breakdancing for loot. People hustle and shoot in the Garden State. It grows stinkweeds and criminals. Government funds are minimal. Oppression's subliminal. Oppression's subliminal. That's good. That's good right there. Here's Wyclef. These days it's hard for we to find peace of mind. Between insanity and sanity there lies a thin line. Some dwell on hotels with Jezebels, a stone age, and fall a victim to the plague. Uncle Bad Dreams of Wyclef being a unclean bad dreams of Wyclef being a fiend. One last kiss for my sweet serpentine. I didn't really understand that. Eliminate, break, navigate to rejuvenate thoughts of suicide with my nickel plate. And that would be the pistol. Reconciliation came from my enemy friend who said, family don't bend. We stay solid till the end. Now, who would think that your best friend would be your worst enemy and your enemy your best friend? And there's an annotation here. What is this referencing? What we got here? And it's just some quote from Bob Marley. If you open the link. And no real explanation as to who this person is. Doesn't really say. Stare into the air. Inspiration from the atmosphere. I think of old ghosts that ain't even here. Like Alex Haley. Take notes on his biography. Alex Haley is the author of Roots. Oh, okay. Where he told a book where he told the story of his family from Africa all the way to the present. Okay. Take notes of his biography. My family tree consists of street refugees, a ghetto land where we talk slang, stolen cars, bang, like my chitty bang bang. She bang for the head. And then Wyclef kind of cracked off. I think it was this verse 3 here. 52 pickups, no cops around, 52,000 in cash. I don't want no savings bonds. Have the money ready. I smell something fishy. This part was kind of weird because it felt like a robbery, you know? But it's oddly placed. Like it feels like a piece of a story in the song, but the rest of the song doesn't have the rest of the story. So, I liked how he came in with all his energy and stuff, but it kind of threw me off a bit. Here's Lauryn Hill. My circle, it can't be broken open, cutthroat and provoking, record promoting, token choking on the words like smoking. 'Cause we soft spoken doesn't mean that we've forgotten. Your booty smell rotten and one day you'll be gotten. Jokers is scatterbrained, the focus on restraint. My army is trained, you'll never find us beefing in vain. And then she sings the line, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Quote from a song Fire and Rain by James Taylor. I don't know that one. Sorry, I'm just reading silently now. I like that one. I like Family Business. I like that one. Cool production. Cool kind of vibe going through it. And then, again, vocally, the verses are pushing through it. It just feels like there's just a little bit more intensity there. Okay, this is track 8, Killing Me Softly with a song. This is a big one. This is a big hit. Let's see if I recognize it. The production crew is the Fugees crew. Drop it into 8, Killing Me Softly with his song.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
I recognize that.
Killing me softly with his song.
Is she singing the actual, direct cover of the Roberta Flack song?
Yo.
Curious to see if I recognize this at all.
Little bass sitting up here on the bass. While I'm on this road, I got my girl L. One time. Hey yo L, you know you got the lyrics.
I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. And so I came to see him and listen for a while.
Not familiar yet.
And there he was.
But maybe when it drops into the chorus.
Stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers.
Okay.
Singing my
Yeah.
killing me softly with this song. Killing me softly with this song.
But I don't know if I'm recognizing this or if I'm just recognizing the original song. Like I haven't I don't know. I haven't heard the original. Well, I probably have, but yeah, I don't know which I'm recognizing. This version of the song or the actual original. I feel like that bass line is also striking some memory.
I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud. Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly.
So this annotation right here for the verse. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed he'd finish, but he just kept right on. Here's the annotation. It's kind of interesting. She was shy, almost intimidated, but his serenity gave her confidence, and she prayed that he would end up being what she hoped. However, in reality, he just kept right on. Lauryn Hill is in the crowd at a club listening to a guy sing. The song is describing her actual life so perfectly that she gets nervous and flushed with fever. She gets embarrassed that the crowd is hearing her whole life, and it even feels like the guy must have read her letters and now singing what she had written in them, and he won't stop. And I wonder if that's actual thing or not. I don't know. I mean, it's just annotation. Who knows? There's another song by Sheryl Crow called "The Book." Not popular. It was never on the radio. If you've never heard of it, it's yeah. But if you want to check out that song, "The Book," by Sheryl Crow, and listen to the words, it's pretty interesting. It's basically that song is about her. It's, I read your book and I found it strange that I know that world, and I know that girl a little too well. So basically, she read some book written by some person that she used to know, and basically the whole book's about her, apparently. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting song, though. A parallel here. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's listen to some lovely singing rather than my rambling. Elf Bug. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Great build up into the chorus right there. Great build up. Elf Boogie.
My man, Little Bass. Jerry, one time.
I'm thinking I've not heard that before. I'm thinking I've heard the original. I don't know. You never know. Sometimes these songs, they get used in movies and stuff like that, and so maybe I've heard the chorus, like the Lauryn Hill version chorus before. But I'm definitely familiar with the original. Couldn't tell you who sang it, even though it's literally, I read it. Oh, yeah, Roberta Flack. I won't, 2 minutes from now, I will not remember that. Won't remember that at all. It's good shit, man. Here's this. Let's check out the summary here. The Fugees' first mega hit is a fairly straightforward cover of a song by Charles Fox and Norman Gibbel, written for and originally recorded by Lori Lieberman, made famous by Roberta Flack's stunning version. Cool. Very cool. Let's keep going. This is called The Score. It's featuring Diamond D and the production crew. It looks to be the Fugees crew with Diamond D. This is track 9. Drop it into 9. Here is The Score.
You rockin' loud, but you ain't saying nothing. Time I settle the score.
I play my enemies like a game of chess. Playing Mr. Big, I'm gonna get you sucker.
Soldiers, left, right,
like the guitar bit.
It's time I settle the score.
left.
It's time I settle the score. Ripper to the rum to the ripple. Single, but the time
Yeah.
triple.
Yeah.
Blow, with the heater to your head, now you dead. Why left don't give a ooh if you're dead. Rack, let me attack just like a black cat. You in the wrong neighborhood, check your map.
Check your map.
You gotta go from back up to do what you gotta do. So you be back with Frank C.U. Trader in your crew's Mafu.
Love the guitar cut, the little sample or whatever it is.
I'm on some new technique, drunk in bamboo.
Again, too, I mean, earlier I was talking about minimal production. I feel like we've stuck with that for the most part. For the most part. There was one where it kind of picks up a little bit. I don't remember which one it was, but for the most part, just good, clean, minimal production. Not too busy, not a lot going on. And they pulled it off really well. This is another example of just good, clean, minimal. That little. What's great too is like when you get into these minimal sound spaces, there's so much room. And so this guitar bit that they're using, whatever it is, if they played it or if it's a sample for something, you can just hear like the notes kind of hang a little bit. And you wouldn't be able to hear that if there's a lot going on. And so I love the amount of space that's being given for this guitar. The drum beats there, solid as a fucking rock, man. It just sounds great. And they can play that note on the guitar so softly, and there's plenty of room to hear it.
Yo, Wyclef the multi-talented, average heads can't handle it. I bring it to you live, only if you want it. Me and my guitar go back like the days of the RMCs. Check out my melody. The WICLEF, Wyclef, to win any contest, I'm victorious.
Yeah, Eric B.
Real,
Rakim, okay,
will
yeah,
manifest through your skills, not by how many shells you peel.
I'ma bring down the ruckus, play the nutcracker. Roughneck rednecks makes me no bother. Time after time, accent dilapper. You don't wanna fuck with my partners. Motion commotion, what's your proposal? Uphold threefold, the crew is disposal. Like utensils,
Cross sounds great
like
here.
dental. I autograph my lyrics with a number 2 pencil.
I like it. I like the score. I like the score. I really like this song. I really like this song. That just little bit of guitar note hanging around is so great.
Time I settle the score. Time I settle the score.
Come on, son, my stilo's tight. Cause by far I'm the best producer on the mic. Or on the right. Analytical conceptions with precision and leave lyrical incision. Bing.
Bing. Yeah, God, the production on this was fucking incredible.
All Jay do is front and lie. Hey yo, you fuck Jay?
Hell no. Ew.
Not that Michelle Leslie Brown from 2026. Falling apart. That other Michelle Leslie Brown.
The other one.
Nigga, how many Michelles is there?
I don't, lyrically, I wasn't even really paying attention. Lauryn Hill was just tearing through there. Although I will say, she did it here. Some other rappers have done it before where they go, like they just like basically completely abandon the beat and almost abandon the bar line to just like spit out this long ass sentence. And she did it there. Wrongfully, you put me down, not receiving the full capacity of my smoke. Like, the reason why I don't like that is basically, for my ears, rappers always have to make it sound easy. Always. It doesn't matter how complex or difficult or easy it actually is, right? As soon as it sounds like you're struggling, the magic for me goes away. And so right there, yeah, she kind of had to. And it's crazy because she's a great rapper. Like, you don't need to do that. And to me, I always come at it from a point of view of, well, you got to change it lyrically, Like, I understand you're trying to say this certain thing and you got to punch through all these syllables in a certain amount of time. I get that. But if you can't do it in a way that makes it sound easy and keeps the magic, then you just got to change the sentence, change the line, the lyric, so that you can pull through it. And I'll notice that sometimes too. Some artists, it's like, they're kind of struggling. And you can just strike all you got to do is strike a couple words out. a word or two, a couple syllables here and there. That's one thing I really am impressed by with some artists and how they write and how they rap, because they'll write to how they rap, and some of the creativity that comes from just chopping up some words or leaving a word out or flipping words around or whatever. Like, it's really fascinating to see the different things people could come up with to maintain this flow that just sounds killer and does not sound stressed or pressed or difficult. Gotta make it easy. That's where Jid, for me, man, oh my God. He's a hell of a writer, hell of a rapper. And he uses a lot of different mechanics and tools to just, the way he writes, the way he raps, his flow, all that kind of stuff, man. Just killer rapper. I like the score a lot. That little bit of guitar, man. Oh my God. So good. So good. Something that's been kind of neat too about this album is, because I didn't really know if it was about anything, I knew it was a big classic, highly regarded album, but I like that it's the score and it's essentially the idea of, we're going to settle the score with all these whack ass, fake ass rappers, right? These shitty rappers. And I like that because something MF Doom focuses on a lot, trying to reclaim hip hop and all stuff. So I like an artist who approaches it from the point of view of trying to keep the art in the art, the purity of the art form type of a thing, rather than, whatever else. And I know that's a big, wide open discussion that you could have around the purity of the art form, but I just got an appreciation for people, whoever it is, hip hop, painters, sculptors, like they're just doing it for the love of the art and really caring about the craft and the skill that goes into whatever that thing is, rather than, let's kind of slap something together and try to make some money. That's really all I'm trying to say. And this album, there's just been a lot of that. Like, no. We're gonna do some real hip hop, which I know that causes a lot of angry conversation too, because I'm also against this conversation of, well, that's not real hip hop. Like, there's a lot of different music out there, right? And just because one group of people doesn't fuck with it doesn't mean it's no longer included or it can't be considered music or whatever, right? Like, that shit's just lame. That's lame too. But there is a difference between just trying to cash in on something versus putting in the effort, making something really, really good. And I feel like Fugees are really focused on just trying to make something good. And it's shining through. It is coming through big time. Let's move on. Next song is called The Mask. It is track 10. The producers are Fuji Crew. Dropping in a 10. Here's The Mask.
Have you ever won the mask? Yeah.
I've heard that sound. Limp Bizkit sampled that also. It was a song that they did with Redman. I've heard that sound. That.
1 2 1 2.
Huh. A little bit of xylophone action going on.
M to the A to the S to the K. Put the mask on their face just to make it next day. Feds
be hawking me, jokers be stalking me. I walk the street and camouflage my identity. My posse in the Brooklyn wear the mask. My crew in the Jersey wear the mask. Stick up kids doing boogie woogie wear the mask.
Boogie woogie, huh?
Yo, I used to work at Burger King, a king taking orders. Punching my clock, now I'm wanted by the manager. Souping me up, saying,
you're a good worker. How would you like a quarter raise? Move up to the register. Large in charge, but you gotta be a spy. Come back and tell me who's bagging my fries, getting high on company time.
Hell no, sir.
Hell no,
Wrong
sir.
MC. Why should I be a spy when you're spying me? And you see what you thought you saw but never seen. You missed the last move, checkmate, crown me king. Pull my 22 pistol, whip them in his face. Now I'm fired, sober, now I'm wired. nice pitch
Oh, my
red,
God.
but the beat bopped my head, hit the streets for relief. I bumped into feds, I got kidnapped, it took me to DC, had me working underground building missiles for World War III.
M to the A to the S to the K, put the mask on my face just to make it next day. Brothers be gaming, ladies be claiming. I walk the street and camouflage my identity.
The Mask. I can't remember the name of it, but Billy Woods. I've been listening to a lot of Billy Woods. Ever since I listened to Hiding Places, I made a playlist. I went through, because I've only heard 3 albums from him, but I went through the 3, and I just grabbed a bunch of songs I like and built the playlist. And I can't remember the name of the song, but it's Halloween on Christmas. Make sure the mask fit, eyes shining through us. And I remember on the reaction, I didn't really understand it. But I felt stupid because, the second listener, third listener, I was like, oh, yeah, it's so obvious. Putting on the mask, putting on the fake smile or the fake whatever because it's Christmas and you're going to go spend time with whoever. And, yeah, maybe you don't get along or maybe you don't like them. And the mask. Brothers be gaming, ladies be claiming. I walk the streets and camouflage my identity. Posse uptown, where's the mask? Queens, where's the mask? And what's the first part here? Feds be hawking me, jokers stalking me. I walk the streets, camouflage my identity. Everybody wears the mask, but how long will it last? And it is kind of true. It's kind of true. Putting on faces for different people. This little story, obviously it's not real, but I do find it quite hilarious. Gonna move you up to the register, give you a 25-cent raise. But then you got to tell me who's stealing from the store. But in the end, getting kidnapped and taken to D.C. and working underground building missiles for World War III as an unlikely career path on how it comes to be that you're assembling weapons for the United States government. Like, I know some people who do some things, and that's not how they got there. Not from pistol whipping the Burger King manager. So a silly story, but I love the absurdity there as well.
I thought he was the one done. I was stung by his lips. Taking sips of an amaretto sour with a twist. Shook my hips to the baseline. This joker grabbed my waistline. Pressure on my spine, trying to get elbow to wine. I backed and forth from then I caught him. 5 fingers to his face. I had to put him in his place. This kid's invaded my space. But then I recognized the smile, but I couldn't place the style. So who you checking for now? Probably some intellectual. I kept the conversation straight, but he kept trying to make it sexual. And his old lady tried to play me, waved her hands up in my face. Yo, I told her check your man, cause bitch, you acting out of place.
Great verse. Great verse. I have to say that I was a little, not concerned, but very curious about this album because so many people have praised it and it's just one of the greats. But there's a huge disparity between the hits and the rest of the album. So like Ready or Not, 460 million, Fugees over 200 million, Killing Me Softly, 900 million. But then this song, 12 million, Family Business, the score, 15 million. And I'm always a little like, how's that going to be? Like, is it actually a good album? Or do people, because sometimes people talk about good albums, but really it's a good album because there's like 4 or 5 really big hits. And so, yeah, it was a good album because it had so many hits, but really like the entirety of the album was just kind of, it's fine, right? I was very curious with this one. And so far, I've been very impressed with the songs that are not hits. I feel like the songs that are not hits are also excellent. So just wanted to mention that because it's kind of going through my mind right here. Like, The Mask is a pretty good fucking song, even though it's pretty small in terms of streams. The other thing, too, is stuff from the 90s. People who are listening to it are probably still listening to it on CD or whatever, right? Like, I feel like my generation hasn't necessarily, well, maybe they have. I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass now. But I have noticed that with some other stuff where, yeah, it's just like certain fan bases aren't really on streaming as much. They're just listening to the old shit the same way they always have, type of thing.
Searching for my car that was stolen from Scotland Yard. My first instinct was to check the Chop Shop garage. As I rung the bell, someone tapped me on my back. I turned around and look, it was a rookie in the mask. He said, I got an itch on my trigger. Don't move, nigga. I'm taking you for murder. See, cops are 2 faces like 2 laces on my Reeboks. My knees knock as I step back for a clear shot.
Did you shoot him?
Nah, kid, I didn't have the balls. That's when I realized I'm bumping too much Biggie Smalls.
I'm bumping too much Biggie Smalls. That's funny as fuck. That's funny as fuck. Especially in the context of The Mask, right? Listening to too much gangster rap and getting in your head that, oh, I'm badass, but no, I'm not. That's great.
Yo, man, we just rolled up there. Shit was ill, man. It was ill. Yo, bullets everywhere, guns, smoke. Jokers falling off their porches, just shooting
Jokers
straight
falling off
Cowboys,
the
man. Straight motherfucking Cowboys.
Okay. I didn't have the balls. That's when I realized I'm bumping too much Biggie Smalls. That's a great verse. You know, Pras is pretty fucking good. Pretty good. He's got some shit in here. It's weird, like, I don't want to say he slept on. I feel like maybe I'm not paying enough attention to him. Obviously, I'm enjoying Lauryn Hill. And Wyclef's good too, but Pras got some good shit too. Pretty good shit, man. I'm not really going to tear into the lyrics. Pretty straightforward. Just funny verses and stories and shit like that. Good shit. Good shit. What's the next one? Next one's called Cowboys. This is track 11. It's featuring John Forte and Outsiders. And the production crew is Fugees crew along with John Forte. So this is, I got a burp, 11 Cowboys.
Yeah, this the Fugees. Yeah. This happens on the block. You wanna be a cowboy? Hey, Mike, get your guns and meet me in the back right now. Ole. Everyone wants to be a cowboy. Grab your gun. Boys.
Everybody wants to be a cowboy.
45 by my side, do he live? No, get down. Zin. You shot your bullet, but the bullet went. Desperado. You work for Rude Boy. I pull out my gun and plug two like True Goy. Wyclef. Pace one. Yo, this is how the West was won.
How the West was won. I think that's a movie and it's also a live Led Zeppelin album.
And get they bones fractured. You ain't got no guns, you off to the precinct. Inside, tough guys are feminine like Sheena Easton.
I'm liking the guitar on this one.
Thrown off the building like the four guys.
Dynamite. Clef, I got the cash.
Yo, let's skip town like Harlem Nights.
Ole.
Everyone
This
wants
one's cool
to be a
too,
cowboy.
man.
Grab your gun, boys. Ole. 45 by my side, do he live?
We make moves in stagecoaches. Rodiga likes the roaches. If anyone approaches, we like noches, buenos. Then I can call for the mini gunslingers, R&B singers, perpetrating guns with 2 fingers.
My style is perhaps one of the foulest. I inhale large clouds of smoke through my chalice. Bucking at stars and write rhymes for hours. The ghetto missy, drinking whiskey
Bust
sour.
this scenario, can't no other niggas in the barrio. From North to Ontario, say us when we in stereo. Cause me and Rashia rock the battles. It's apparent you're no talent, cause you're blazing in your saddle.
Watch
Blazing in your saddle.
Get all up in your pockets. Then bounce with accountants that gave me good stock tips.
I like this one too. I'm really impressed at how much, because like honestly, this is just first listen, but when I think about the production overall, it's been somewhat similar. Just kind of like in the overall style, the overall presentation. Fairly minimal, pretty chilled out, nothing crazy. Just a pretty good, solid, clean drum beat, a couple of music instruments with it, and that's kind of it in general. And it just worked. It has worked. And I think really it's worked so well because they've just been great beats, and those beats have turned into great platforms for these great verses. And so it really is just like the trinity of hip hop, right? Like great beats, great flow, great verses, like just, or lyrics, or whatever, however you want to make those three. I always kind of mix up my three in what I'm trying to say, right? You got the beat, you got the flow, you got the lyrics, the rhymes, all that kind of shit. Oh man, it's very impressive. It's very impressive, and it's funny. It's like one of those things where I don't know, like you watch a game, like a football game, right? And the team's getting, it's halftime and they're getting beat, right? And what does the coach say? What do you hear so often from any team? We got to get back to the fundamentals, right? We got to tackle. We got to block. Like the fundamentals. We got to get back to the fundamentals. That's what this album is. It is just the fundamentals executed so well. So well. I mean, I can't believe we're almost done, honestly. There's only 2 more songs left. It's kind of blowing my mind. I've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. It feels like I've been here for 20 minutes. Like, it's just been such a cool listen in such a core, fundamental way, if that makes any sense at all.
So, ooh, ah, achika, mama say, mama sa, mama kusa.
Fuck the sheriff, I shot John Wayne. Push him off
Fuck
the
the sheriff.
train in the movie Shane. Yeah, me and that kid, what's his name?
That would be me, young Z from No Brain. Smoking pure from the health food store while my horse slap cops like Zaza Gabor.
Slaps
Fuck
cops
my
like
outfits
Zaza
like them
Gabor.
Islam brothers. We march to your hood with a million motherfuckers. So let's get high off the Fuji live. When the East is in the house like I'm Blase
When
Blah.
pandemonium strikes and midnight hits, full moon splits off niggas and the lunatics on some absurd shit. You talk back, hustling crack don't make you bigger. Niggas who take your measurements quick don't make it quicker. Stick and slide with vigor, city streets hot like liquor. 21 gun salute and shooting niggas from the roof and got nerve to mouth about it and the weight you claim you're moving. Your whole style is loose and we gon' sew it like it's cotton. You fail to recognize it, everybody could get gotten. The bounty on your head says you dead by mañana. Pop babies whispering that there's a body drop behind the lot. These blew up the spot and like the whole block. Medina is the east side of town.
God, it's just going.
Gunplay is regular, front page is the bonus.
Forte, he felt a little tight. Just a little tight, but he was just going and going and going and going and going and going.
Crying for an afterlife while they just steal this one.
One thing that struck me way back whenever I watched it was Nas just talking about growing up, where, you know, the apartments and all this, and he was talking about, they were standing outside, you know, on the sidewalk next to some bench and this and that, and he was talking about, I don't know if it was cousin or his brother, whatever. He was like, yeah, so he died right here. He got killed right here. I can't fucking fathom that, man. I can't. And I mean, that's the yelling in the background. Yeah, they're screaming because somebody got killed, and I just can't wrap my head around that shit. I'm glad. I mean, I hope that doesn't make me sound like an asshole. Like, I don't want anybody to have to be able to experience that. Like, that's not what I want this world to be. But that shit's just wild. To first of all, to live in any kind of scenario where that's going on, but then also the after effects of walking by that spot. Every time you go by that spot, that's just like a permanent memory. Everybody wants to be a cowboy. This album is pretty impressive too, just in the message to what they're trying to say, how they're going about saying it. And this Raw girl, she was good. She did a good job too. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just kind of sitting here and thought. This is called No Woman, No Cry. I'm curious to see if this is familiar to me. I've heard the title before. I think it's been referenced before by other songs. It's the Fugees production group. This is track 12. Looks like it was a pretty big hit, over 100 million streams. So here we go. Here's 12. No Woman, No Cry.
A dedication to all the refugees worldwide. One time.
Say, I remember when we used to sit in a government yard in Brooklyn. About solving the crookedness. As it mingle with the good people we meet. Good friends we had, oh, good friends we've lost. Along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past.
This is a good song. Already, it's a good song.
To my peeps who passed away. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
Oh, I have heard this. I've heard this before. Yeah. I didn't know this was Fugees. Is this a cover? Oh, Bob Marley wrote the song. Is this a cover, right? Yeah. Okay. I've heard the Bob Marley version.
Everything is gonna be alright. Oh, everything is gonna be alright. The gunman's in the house tonight, but everything is gonna be alright.
Oh yeah. This is a good song, man.
I remember when we used to sit in a government yard in Trenchtown.
It's a tough song to react to because it's a little slower in its pace, and it's a cover of something I've heard before, and I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Good song. Yeah, good shit, man. Good shit. Huh. Something that Bob Marley, I know some of his stuff, and it's mostly from my aunt. When I was a kid, I used to go to my aunt's house, and she had a pool, and we live in Central California, so it was hot in the summer. And boy, she would just put on some reggae. She loved reggae. She just put on some, and it's great because, well, she had like the little tiki torches or whatever the hell you call them, and it was just fun. So I've got a lot of like special sweet spot memories from being a kid because I don't really listen to reggae. But anytime it comes on, I think it's because I never listened to it. All my memories are attached to a certain place, certain time. Whenever it kicks on, I just kind of remember being a kid and swimming in the pool and just hanging out in that backyard. I can still see the backyard very much so. I can picture it right now in my head. It's cool that music can do that, essentially preserve memories like that. And then when a song comes on, it's like firing up the memory reel. Here's the movie from way back when that you haven't watched in a while. All right, final song from the score, Manifest, outro. It's the longest song off the album. Damn near 6 minutes, almost 6 minutes exactly. Is there like a skit? Because it's saying outro. Yeah, skit at the end. Okay. Well, whatever. We've got Cool DJ Red Alert featured, and the producers looks to be the Fuji crew once again. Final track, 13, Manifest/outro. Here we go.
Wyclef preacher's son. Roswell. Come on, as we bug out. I used to go to church. El Boogie drive the hearse.
Boogie drive the hearse.
I woke up this morning, I was feeling kinda high. It was me, Jesus Christ, and Haile Selassie. Selassie said greetings in the name of the Most High. Jah Rastafari Christ took a sip of the amaretto, passed it down the table, said today I'll be betrayed by one of you 12 disciples. Give me a clue who could do this to you. The kid on the block who make less money than you. Ricky cops pulled up, they offered him 30
Calm down.
All he gotta do is deliver this savior. Right on Bergen Street from bad luck to good luck. My cup runneth over, pass it down, guzzle up. The time have arrived, the prophecy will manifest. I saw death, I got scared, butterflies on my chest. Father, if possible, pass this cup before me. Yo, it's too late, I chose my destiny in Gethsemane.
So is this opening verse talking about, like, I know it's making a parallel to Jesus Christ and the 12 disciples and the betrayal and stuff like that, but is he kind of talking about, like, friends betraying friends, essentially? The cops trying to get you to rat out your buddies? It seems like it. Interesting verse. Very interesting verse.
You see, I loved hard once, but the love wasn't returned. I found out the man I died for, he wasn't even concerned. In time it turned, he tried to burn me like a perm. Though my eyes saw the deception, my heart wouldn't let me learn from. Some dumb woman was I. And every time he lied, he would cry, and inside I'd die. My heart must have died 1,000 deaths. Compared myself to Tony Braxton, thought I'd never catch my breath. Nothing left, he stole a heart beating from my chest. I tried to call the cops, that type of thief they can't arrest. Pain suppressed, will lead to cardiac arrest. Diamonds deserve diamonds, but he convinced me I was worth less. When my
oh, good scheme there,
I told
right?
them mind their business cause my shit was complex, more than just a sex. I was blessed but couldn't feel it like when I was caressed. I'd spend nights clutching my breast, overwhelmed by God's test. I was God's best, contemplating death with a Gillette. No man
I like
has ever
when
worked
the guitar kind of comes in like that.
Cut you with my lyrics, stab you with my pencil. Lethal injection, witness protection, refugee camps under.
I like this one too, man.
Gunshot bursts.
I damn near like
in all
every song.
directions.
For the whack MCs, we read your revelations.
Discharge through your pores, get raw and kill boys. I can keep a time when I'm on a tour. Some manifest with slugs in their chest.
God bless all the cowboys in the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
Yo, get up, get up, get up. Mom gonna get us, yo, get up. I wake up in the morning, man, flaying in my throw up and shit all over my nose, man. You know what I realized? It's easy to kill niggas, man. It's easy to kill niggas cause they look like you, they smell like you, shit, they even live on your same motherfucking block. The only problem we have is killing the people who don't look like us, who oppress us.
The score was written by the Fugees, producers by Wyclef and Lauren, executive producers, my man Plazwa, associate producers, my man Salam, Diamond D, Forte,
Okay.
Sean the English Kid.
There's a minute left. He's just gonna. Okay, yeah, that's fine. He's this guy in the skit. He's not wrong, and I mean I personally believe that's why there's so much hot topic, divisive things that are constantly shoved in front of us, so that we'll argue amongst each other rather than realize we've got a lot in common, and we really shouldn't be fighting each other. But that's a rant I've made day after day after day. Seems like. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. I don't have a star next to how many mics. And the only reason why is because I'm still just easing into it. First listen, first time hearing this group, just easing into it. I don't have a heart next to the Beast, and I don't really recall why. I know like half of it was this Chinese restaurant skit thing anyway. Everything else has a heart. Everything else has a heart. Very impressive album. Very impressive album. I already kind of want to put it on again and just let it roll. What's neat, I don't know if I don't think I said this. I thought it. I don't think I said it. There's some albums like in the rage scene right now. It's pretty common for a song's outro to be a beat switch build up that feeds right into the next one. And so basically this, 19 song, 24 minute album is just basically one long song, which is great. I got no problems with that. I actually kind of prefer that. What's neat about this one is these little skits serve as the link between songs, and they're not necessarily a beat switch that feeds into the next song, but the concept is there, the message is there. And so it's a very simple mechanic that leads to a pretty cool outcome of, hey, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. This next song is about this. This next song is about this. And so it's these little skits and these little ideas that form the message, that feed into the song, that expand upon the message in just excellent, fundamental hip-hop fashion. Good, clean beats, great rapping, great lyrics, great rhyming schemes, just across the board. Like, I don't really have anything to complain about this album at all. At all. And it's not to say that, every song on here is my favorite song ever. Oh my God. But it's just, there's no filler. There's no filler at all. That's why it kind of frustrates me. I was telling my wife, I may have said this at the beginning. I don't remember. But I was looking for just this album. Spotify, they're always pushing like the expanded ones and stuff like that. It's weird. Sometimes you'll go to a certain artist page to look for an album, just the original album, and it won't be there. It'll just be the 2.5 hour super duper ultra vault deluxe edition version. And it's like, I don't want that. I just want that one album that had, 12 songs. So I was that's why I started with the one that was edited, but that one doesn't even exist on the Fugees page. I wish it was just the original. Like, I just want the 13 songs. What's nice is I can make a playlist and just have my own 13 song version. But when I think about it from a 60-minute experience, it's so just lean and clean and to the point. It does everything it needs to do. No filler. No filler. But it's also not rushed, It's patient with itself. It takes its time. It exists in good open spaces for the sound to be in, for the vocals to be in. Yeah. Yeah, man. This is a classic. This is a classic for sure. Another thing too I was going to say is, as much as I love lyrics and stories and rhyming schemes and complexity and all that kind of stuff, double meaning, it gets a little challenging at times because there's a lot of stuff I just don't know. I'm not immersed in hip hop culture. I'm not immersed in black culture. There's a lot of references I don't get, all that kind of stuff. Something that is also great about this album is that the lyrics are straightforward. You can just understand them. And I feel like those of you who have listened to hip-hop your whole life and it's just second nature to you, there's nothing to even think about or wonder about or whatever, I feel like some of you don't realize how much of a barrier that can be for hip-hop, for those who don't listen to hip-hop. I mean, I'm coming up on 5 years now, and there's still stuff, a lot, that I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck any of this means. That's kind of wild, That's kind of wild. And I'm not saying that's necessarily like a bad thing or whatever, but if any of you have ever wondered how come other people don't get into this, because it's amazing, I feel like there is a barrier to entry there just in terms of what's being said, how it's being said, what that references to, why that reference is important, how it links to this other thing. Like, when I think of hip-hop, it's just, I think of the Spider-Verse, from all the different parallel universes that exist, because that's kind of what the hip-hop world is. There's all these nodes that link to other nodes that have all this meaning and stuff like that. And this album, while still very much being in the hip hop lane, it's straightforward. It's straight. There's references. I'm not acting like, I'm not trying to say there's no references here. But, that's one thing. As much as I love Lupe Fiasco, fries my brain. As much as I love Kendrick, he fries my brain. Right? There's just so much sometimes, and it's like I can't figure this out. This one you understand it. You understand it, and like that's kind of what makes the skits even more important. It's like it's almost like little nudges. Hey, pay attention. This next song is about this. Pay attention. Listen. And it feels very much like that was the mission statement, essentially, for the album of, look, tired of this whack-ass MC shit. Let's make something good and put it out there for people to really listen to. Man, yeah. The score. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to settle the score. Yeah, fucking hey, dude. They did. They really did. They really did. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just going to sit here in my chair and say, yeah, wow, interesting. Oh, yeah. For the next 5 minutes or so. But I'll do that off camera. I was thinking I should put together a remix tape where it's me saying, oh, interesting. Wow. I can post it on the internet. What's that one? There was this one thing on YouTube. I forget what it was, but it was basically it was an episode of something, but it was every time someone took a breath. So this whole YouTube video, it was like 4.5 minutes of just people going. I love that there's still some silliness on the internet. Still, just a little bit. It's not completely destroyed yet, the internet. Still some silliness. All right, y'all. That's the score. Take care. We'll see you soon.